We'll get some more practice word problems. Uh, some of these word problems still will be on the calculator inactive. Some of them, when they get a little more complex with like decimals and stuff like that, will be active. You should be able to do it either way, though. You know, it's the same basic math. So, start with this one. These are the types of problems you'll see. Like Julia's been measuring the length of her baby's hair. After 3 months, it was 12 centimeters long. After 8 months, it was 22 centimeters long. You get the equation. You make ordered pairs. In a lot of cases, it tells you what variables to use. And sometimes, you know, it'll help you out, even tell you like X and Y, which makes it even easier. This one tells us X is the number of months, Y is the length of the baby's hair. So if we make two ordered pairs, that means X has to be the number of months, Y the length of the baby's hair. X, number of months, Y, length of the baby's hair. Okay? Then it's just a matter of getting our slope, getting our y-intercept. How do we find slope? Rise over run works for a graph. This ain't a graph. You could graph the 2 points and then find rise and run. You're going to get the change in y and the change in x. So from 12 to 22, y changes by 10, 3 to 8, x changes by 5. So we do change in y over change in x. 10 divided by 5, that gives us 2. You know, that's our slope. To get the y-intercept, we're going to just plug things in to our equation. So if we have y equals mx plus b, and it doesn't matter which point you use, smaller numbers, a lot of times will be easier to work with. If we go 12, slope was 2, x value there is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So what plus 6 is going to equal 12? 6. So that means b equals 6. So if we wrote the equation, ran out of space a little bit, we got y equals 2x plus 6. Okay? Any questions on that? Yeah, the calculator doesn't help a whole lot if you don't know what you're doing on it. So for slope, it's change in y over change in x. All right, y'all try this one. When Jacob digs, the Earth's temperature rises as he digs deeper. When he is 10 meters deep, the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. When he is 20 meters deep, the temperature is 36 degrees Celsius. We need an equation to show the temperature T when he digs m meters. I use the correct variables here. We got to use as an example, if it was a multiple choice question, it would use decimals for the slope probably instead of mixed or improper fraction. And then I got it. Evelyn? All right, so she said y equals 16 over 10x plus 4. That would be correct. Like I said, this is probably going to have a decimal instead. But first thing we need ordered pairs. We normally have x and then y. When we don't have x and y, we got t and m. Distance, which is what meters are, is usually going to be an x value. So if we go 10, 20, right, and then we go 20, 36. Slope is change in y over change in x. From 20 to 36 is a change of 16. 10 to 20 is a change of 10. One of the reasons I mentioned this would be one that would have a decimal slope is, y'all got the calculators. Decimal's going to make it easier to work with. 16 divided by 10 is 1.6. All right, so if you go and you plug in for y equals mx plus b, we take y equals our slope times x value plus b. 1.6 times 10 is going to be 16. That means b has to equal 4. So we got y equals 1.6x plus 4. Any questions? All right, try this one. This pizza place charges $9.74 for a 3-topping pizza, or $12 for a 5-topping pizza. You need to write a function for the cost C of a pizza with T toppings. thinks I got it? Nobody yet? Well, that's one way to go. What you got? All right, so you said y equals 1.13 x plus 635. Yeah, but not how the answer would look. It gave us the variables, so we should have c equals and t for the number of toppings. Oh, when you're setting up your ordered pairs, you got them flipped. X would be the number of toppings, okay? The total cost is almost always going to be a y value, okay? So when it gives you the 3 toppings for $9.74, we'd have 3 and $9.74. 5 then, and the $12. So our change in y over change in x, we'd have 226 over 2, which is the slope of $1.13. We get money, so these get a little messy with decimals. Then, when we go to plug it in, we'd have 974 equals $1.13 times 3 plus our B. $1.13 times 3 would be $3.39, and then you just need to subtract that from the 674. Okay? Any questions on that? Yeah, calculators are tools. Definitely want to use them. Don't try to be stubborn and do it without. All right, Nicole, doing some babysitting. We need the equation for the cost C after H hours of babysitting. Let's start off this way. Which one's the X? Hours. Time very often will be X. Cost almost always is going to be Y. So we got C, the cost, equals 5H plus 675. Kind of odd numbers to use for a situation like this, babysitting, but whatever. That doesn't matter for the math problem. Ordered pairs, like we said, X is going to be the time. Our total cost going to be our Y value. So we got a very cheap babysitter working 8 hours and making less than $50. So we do change in Y over change in X. From $31.75 to $46.75, the Y value is going up by 15. From 5 to 8, X value is going up 3. That makes our slope 15, or 5, sorry. We divided 15. Then to get our y-intercept, we got y equals mx plus b. None of these are exactly easy numbers to work with, so I would usually just go with the smaller number. So we got 31.75 equals 25 plus b. You just subtract 25 then, and that's where the 675 comes from. All right, any questions on this?